starting grid for today's Pennsylvania 500. As they come out of turn number 1, we'll have Ward Burton with his second pole of the season, 5th of his career. On the line, right beside him is Jeff Gordon. For row 2 of the 91 and 96 winner, Rusty Wallace is there with Bobby Labonte. In row 3, it's Joe Nemechek and Mark Martin. In row 4, you have Morgan Shepherd, his 30th Pocono start, and Kenny Wallace with a great run. In the 5th spot, the 87 and 93 winner of this race, Dale Earnhardt, and Michael Waltrip flanking him. Row 6 is the defending champion of the Pennsylvania 500 and two-time winner, Dale Jarrett. Ted Musgrave there. In row 7, it's Ricky Rudd and Kenny Irwin ready to work. In row 8, Jeff Green is there with Ernie Irvin. For row 9, Ken Schrader and John Andretti. Row 10, Jeff Burton, who won his first race of the season at New Hampshire 2 weeks ago, and Steve Grissom, his best qualifying of the year. Row 11 is Jimmy Spencer of Pennsylvania fame and Terry Labonte, a two-time winner. Row 12, Chad Little and Ricky Craven. Row 13, Dave Marcus and Dick Trickle. Row 14 is Darrell Waltrip, four-time winner at Pocono, and Mike Skinner. Row 15 will be Jeremy Mayfield and Rick Mast. Row 16, Sterling Marlin and Hunt Strickland. Row 17, another four-time winner here, Bill Elliott and Jerry Nadeau there. Row 18 is Kyle Petty and Johnny Benson. Row 19, Bobby Hamilton, Brett Bodine. Row 20, Robert Presley and Jeff Bodine. Row 21, Derek Cope and Wally Dallenbach out of turn 3. And riding scratch on the field, Rich Bickle at 43rd position. Field coming down to the line, and we're racing at Pocono Raceway. 3 wide immediately. Wallace drops to the inside. Second row, Rusty Wallace, who jumped here in June to get black flag. That time he was right on the nickel. Perfect start, and he's out in front as they come around to complete lap number 1.
5 points, that's a lot for these guys to go for. You can see right now that Rusty Wallace has the 5 points for leading the first lap and looks very, very strong, starting in 3rd spot and already leading.
And it's still Jeff Gordon and Ward Burton at it hard for that second spot. For the moment, Gordon is there. And look at that instability as they take that turn number 1 up on that high banking.
That's one of the toughest turns in all of automobile racing. They go down this long front straightaway, go in, use a lot of brake, and then out of it.
Dale Earnhardt on the move there. You see him on the inside. Morgan Shepherd in the 91 car outbreaks him getting into the tunnel turn down there.
How long is that camera going to last, do you think?
Good question. Look at Morgan Shepherd on the move in the 91 and Earnhardt closing on him. Up front, Wallace there. Whoa! Mark Martin loose off 3.
All the places Mark Martin has won, he has never won here at Pocono. Hungry for a victory at this place.
Michael Waltrip dropping down to the inside there as they approach at over 190 miles per hour this turn number 1 area.
Mark Martin's already showing his car's got good grip in the corners, but Jeff Gordon wants that 5 point for leading a lap, and he's after Rusty Wallace has closed in right to about a car length and a half now down the back straightaway.
Bobby Labonte taking over in 3rd, puts the Pontiac up in there. Ford Chevy Pontiac, 1, 2, 3.
If Jeff Gordon has the car right now, he'll try to set the 2 car of Rusty Wallace up as they go through the flat corner, turn 3. He'll try to get on the inside as they come off the corner and try to make the move before he gets to the flag stand.
Key stat on that graphic was Rusty Wallace in the win column, 0 for 46.
Look back there, 4-5 wide down the front straightaway as everybody jockeys the position. The car on the very bottom there, Dale Jarrett on the move.
And up under the Morgan Shepherd car, which goes a little high as it comes out of 1. Look up in front. Here he comes. Gordon going for first. He's got it.
Bobby Labonte running a strong third right now. The 18 car, the green one, running in third spot.
The man who was on the pole last time here, back in June, Jeff Gordon, takes over up in front for the moment from Rusty Wallace. And there you see them deployed around this very flat, and we'll call it flat. It's still 7 or 8 degrees of banking. And down the main straightaway. Longest straightaway there is in Winston Cup racing. Ward Burton deployed fourth, Mark Martin in fifth, and then it's a second or so back to Joe Nemechek. And Nemechek runs this track well. He was on the pole for this race a year ago.
Gordon's picked up his 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Same car he had here in June, finished second in Mayfield with this automobile. Same spring and shock combination in it for Gordon, but a more powerful engine this time.
You're riding with Mark Martin down into the tunnel turn. You can see right against the white line there.
Take a look at that pass by Gordon.
Okay, coming up out of turn 1, Gordon takes the inside line there. Rusty starts to push out just a little bit, side by side down the Long Pond straightaway. You can see right there, Rusty says, if he wants it that bad, go ahead. I have a good car.
11th consecutive race that Gordon has led this year, 14th of the season. 18th race of the series, and from here on they race every single weekend for the Winston Cup. Off to Indianapolis, then Watkins Glen, New York, then Bristol, and on through a great series of speedways, every one of them looking for sellout audiences that appreciate this great racing.
I talked to a lot of people about who was quick, and they said the normal 5 are really great, but you can see Ward Burton running along there in 4th place in that silver car. He's making his presence known right now. He dropped back, but he seems to be running right along with the leaders now.
There you see Jeff Burton. He had trouble yesterday in the final moments of practice. That car broke down and stopped up here in turn number 3. Turned out it was distributed.
Yeah, but what it really hurt, Ken, was he didn't get much of an opportunity to try a race setup, and as a result, they had to throw a combination at it that they weren't sure was going to work.
Well, it was in that final 5 or 10 minutes. They had tried a lot of things. It was the last trial that came up short. They were quite surprised about that thing, and Jeff Burton in particular said he'd never heard a car sound like that when it broke down up in 3.
John Andretti there, you can see in the 43. This is Kenny Irwin Jr. down the back straightaway. You see him drafting here, just like they do at Daytona and Talladega. A key part of getting around this racetrack is drafting well down the straightaway.
Rolling through the first lap, 6 complete thus far in this 500-mile test. Jeff Gordon is your leader.